You want to know why 5 men decided that they wanted to be my husband? Because I had what it take to be a wife. The woman that they saw in me was somebody attractive, somebody alluring, somebody who had standards, a woman who knew who she was, a boss woman, a woman who owned businesses, a woman who they knew that they would be comfortable with, safe with, secured with. A lot of characteristics that you women just don't have, but you want a husband. A lot of people say, well, I just can't believe you had 5 husbands. Had. Because here's the thing, men are looking for what you're looking for. Okay? And that's why it's called had. Me, I saw, tall, dark, and handsome, good looking man. Um, I saw some good sex involved. I saw a lot of attributes that, would have benefited me as well. Like they were looking at me, seeing what they could benefit from me from. It was like, I'm looking at you for what I could get. You looking at me for what you can get. But the love is what was missing. Because not out of all of my husbands that I feel loved. I didn't feel love from none of them. Because love is what stands the test of time. Love is whether we got money or not, we good. Love outweighs everything that could go wrong in a marriage. Love. And that's one thing we didn't have. We were so concerned about, well, I want this from you and you want this from me. But the point of this video is women. Like Naomi got Naomi and Ruth in the Bible when they were preparing for Boaz. You need to be preparing yourselves. If you're not wife material, don't ask God for a husband. What you need to be asking God for is the will, the mindset, the ability to become a wife, to do the things that a wife is should be doing. Now I'm a little old school, and I go back to the way my grandmother treated my grandfather. And the way my grandfather treated my grandmother, the way my father treated my mother, the way my mother treated my father, the way I see my uncles treat their wives, and the way I see their wives treat them. That's what I look at when I see love in a relationship, something that's standing. None of those relationships that I just named were perfect, but they stood the test of time. My uncles still married to their wives. I got cousins still married to their wives after 20 something years. It ain't nothing perfect, but it's the love. When you love somebody, you can stand the test of time. When you love somebody, they can come home and say, baby, I lost my job. And you say, we going to make it anyhow. When you love somebody, that pregnancy that wasn't expected, you can stand by your wife and say, baby, we going to get through this thing. When you love somebody, you don't worry about their flaws. You get together and pray and say, baby, we're going to pray. We're going to ask God to help us. When you love somebody, divorce is not an option. When you love somebody, you don't pick up and run. That's what love and marriage and relationship is. And I strongly suggest counseling. I say this a lot to the young ladies who I, speak to sometimes. I do one-on-ones. I tell my ladies, seek counseling. I am not a professional at anything. I have no certificates in anything. I have life experience in what I do. I have life experience in what I share with my community and the people who trust me with their information. And the one thing I say is marriage counseling. You almost need dating counseling out here in 2024. But what I'm saying is what made men want to marry me 5 times is because they saw a righteous woman, a woman of God also. They saw that, my standards is with Christ I can do all things. And that same Christ, I said, Lord, I know you said I ain't supposed to be getting no divorce, but this ain't it. I'm that daughter of God. I go back to God. I say, Lord, that wait a minute now. This ain't it, God. I ain't no way you want me to be with this joker here for the rest of my life. But he said, that's what you get for being fast. So you're going to dwindle in it for a little while. I'm going to let you sit in it for a little while till you get right and you understand the mistake you made. And I say, okay, Daddy. And then he came and rescued me every time. Now I tell my stories. Now I share the advice that I have. Now I share the love, towards my sisters and brothers through my experiences, because I really truly don't want anyone to go through. Relationship breakups are like death. Whether you like the person or not, whether you in it or you ain't, it's still like death. You losing somebody who you've actually lived with, you've been making love to for months and years. I mean, the man or woman is a part of you. And you have to let all of that go, and you're saying goodbye. I don't care who out here trying to make it seem like that is easy to do. It is not, even with the person who you did not like. It is hard to start over and pick back up and do it again. And I'm just here to tell you, women and men, if you're not marriage material, don't be trying to marry these people. Leave them people alone. Because you can look yourself in the mirror and tell you not marriage material. You know what you're doing. You see what your aunts and uncles been doing. They are accumulating life. They have houses after houses, cars after cars. You go to their house, it's fabulous, beautiful things that they have accumulated throughout the years. What do you have? Nothing. So you can't get a wife. Is your credit good? I mean, what do you have to offer a woman or a man? Because you can't go into marriage with just love. Now, I did say love will conquer everything, but love can't pay the bills. You can't go to the light bill company. You can't go to the mortgage company. You can't go to the loan company with love. You need a little bit more than that. And that's all I'm saying, and I, had the opportunity to be married 5 times because I'm that woman. I'm that woman that a man wants. Even to this day, I'm not interested in being nobody's wife at 51 or above, praise God. But I still, just today, I was in a grocery store. Police walked up to me. He said, "Can I pick your bread up for you?" I said, "I ain't dropped no bread." He knocked the bread down. I get hit on every day I go outside because they smell me for one thing. They see me looking good for another. And it's the locations that I put myself in. You go where you want to be seen. You go where you want to be accepted. You go where you want to be loved. I'm not going where they shooting out every day. I'm not going to the grocery store that they robbing every 5 minutes. I'm not going in no neighborhood that I don't feel safe in. You go with the people who you looking for. That's where they at. You looking for a good man, you go where a good man would be. But now, if you ain't a good woman, they don't need to go where a good man is. Come on, somebody. Because he going to know you ain't that. You think that policeman today dropped that bread because he was trying to be funny? No, he was flirting. He saw something he wanted. Just like my mama said, a man ain't going to pursue you if he can't pursue you. Come on, somebody. This is part 1. I'm going to have to come back with another one.